Okay, so I just want to go over how to get out of the lockdown. It's a pretty common position you'll see, especially in tournaments, and a surprisingly large number of people do serious knee injuries trying to get out of the lockdown. Craig, if he gets good positioning with this, he can start to whip up my leg and start to rotate. And if at the same time I start trying to like pull my leg out, or even if I'm just resisting this the wrong way, I've known quite a few people who've torn their ACL, which is one of the worst injuries you can do for your knee. So I just want to kind of go over some ways that I like to try to deal with this position. The first thing I would say, be very wary of trying to attach too much to the upper body. When Craig's got this, if I'm 100% focused on the upper body, if he gets an underhook with this arm, I'm in a lot of trouble now, okay? So generally, when we're here, I'll keep my weight a lot lower and try and attach to the hips. If Craig does get an underhook, but I'm down near the hips, it's not as big of a deal now as it would be if he got an underhook when my arm's trapped up here, okay? So first thing, like try to lock your chest down and attach to the hips. Now there's a few different ways we can go about dealing with this. One of my favorite ones, I lock my left knee underneath. I don't want to get put back into the close guard either from here, so I switch my base and I tend to more pinch my thighs together on top of this bottom leg. This will prevent Craig from retracting that bottom leg and going to close guard. If I open that leg wide, he can take that leg out and we get stuck here. So I'm going to pinch together like that. When I'm on my side here, whenever you fall to the side, make sure your left foot is posted for base. I've got my hands pinching around the hips. Make sure your arm's not floating like this to get kimura either. So you generally want either your elbows together or your hand like deep so it's hard to reach for the kimura, okay? From here, I'm going to pull my heel towards my butt, and this unlocks the lockdown, okay? So you've got the lockdown here. He can track me as much as he wants. When I pull my heel to my butt, I'm off, okay? Then from here, I'm going to try and push my knee inwards and flick my foot outwards, like that. Now, just about all the time, they're going to try and re-catch your foot. So he's going to try to look to scoot back under and get the lockdown again. So immediately, when we get off this, I want to step as far forward as I can, try and point my knee up and start trying to push the knee free. Okay, once my knee's free, there's no chance of a lockdown. So again, we're here like this. I've locked onto the hips. I'm going to switch my hips, pull my foot towards my butt, and then I'm going to circle up and over and try and turn in and get my knee high. Pretty much no chance that Craig gets the lockdown here. Sometimes you can grab your foot and pull it even closer if you want. You can use your hand to push the knee, but just keep your elbow tight. Do not do that, because some people like Craig will catch your arm and then you get in all sorts of trouble, okay? So you can use your hand, or the elbow is a safer option to free your knee. And now we're starting to get ready to pass the guard. This is a separate problem now. So that's one way. Another way I like to do, which I learnt watching Marcelo when he was rolling with Eddie. If I can get the underhook here like this is where I can actually come a bit higher on the body, okay? So I'm going to get the underhook and look for an overhook on this arm. And I'm going to switch my head to the other side and sprawl my hips out like this. Actually, sorry. As I'm going for this, I'm also going to try and get my left foot on top of that leg. Right now, Craig can follow me pretty well with the lockdown. But when I get this foot on top of his leg as a hook, I can push down. It's really hard for him to keep a tight grip on my leg to try and hold it. When I've got that, I just start to pull my knee forward and we land in a knee cut. Okay, then we can start to slide out and finish. So again, we're here like this. Craig gets the lockdown, but I get the underhook here like this. So I get underhook, head to the side. I need to make sure, like the worst thing that can happen is Craig stays on his left side. Yeah, and it's hard to get this leg. So I need to kind of like swing my weight out and get my leg over the top. I sprawl heavy, try and turn back to your left now, Craig. I have to keep heavy and stop him being able to do that. If I'm driving like this, trying to do it, and he turns to the left, I'll lose my tension. Okay, so I have to keep sprawled like this, hook over the top. I've got my head up because I'm talking, but I wouldn't do this in reality because if he pushes my head away, he can start to now get an underhook and it starts to get bad. So my head would be here. Try and get the underhook. It should be stuck. And then I start driving backwards with my right knee, left knee, and forwards with my right knee. Now we're ready to pass. Last one for the lockdown. You can just straight out sprawl from this if you get like the rugby tackle style pass. So again, I'm here like this. I want to put my head in and I want to just tilt a little bit to the side so I can reach my left hand all the way through and connect it to my right hand. My aim is actually to be able to like pinch his knees together so my elbows come tight. I scoot low with my body. You see I've got a lot of room to sprawl now. And try and hold it, Craig. I start to sprawl my leg straight, okay? Now from here, obviously, we can start to pass to the side. I like to try to step over and triangle on the legs, so now we can work towards mount. Okay, and then just quickly, if you do get caught in the electric chair, which is basically locked down when they get under this, can be really dangerous on your knee. That's the whole point of this move. So I almost always will lean my hips to this side and post. And then I'm trying to free my knee here, so I get a bit more rotation with my hips now. If he's got that knee really good, my hips can't move, there's more pressure on my knee. If you're feeling it in your knee, worst case, just concede the sweep. Don't try and fight and do your ACL, okay? Or MCL. So pushing that off like this, and then usually Craig actually will often have to unlock, sometimes he'll have to unlock his legs to get up, and that's my chance to try and free my leg. Sometimes it's hard for him to keep the lockdown here and actually get up, so he's going to start trying to get up, and that's when I'm trying to free and escape. But that's one, try not to get there, because it sucks if you get caught there. Thanks guys.